I think in this moment, the animator was really going for the kind of animalistic impulse that's really inside all of us, especially when we dance sometimes. Hence, the giving her four toes that are a little tense, just to convey that while she's happy up here or wooden, she's really down below, deep down, suffering with something, but only for a few frames. In all seriousness, this looks kind of cool. Kind of looks like Spider-Verse in a way. You got crazy backgrounds and animation, lines, the way the arms disappear every other frame. Whoa! Did they do that in Spider-Verse? You know what? There's still time to save my job. I can animate this. I can do this myself. Let me. There's still time. It's not over. It's not Ponzi Enjoyer. Ponzi Enjoyer is not over. It's not too late. Look, I can bring in this character and I'll make it look like that anime girl later. I'll add a face and hair, and I promise I'll do it. Oh, this is taking too long. It's not finished yet. It's just too hard. It takes too long. It's over. It's over for us. Let's have a look closer, shall we? She's got a watch instead of gold round thing, which is cool. And then she doesn't have a watch anymore, it's a bracelet. Wait, what's that red thing in her hair? Does she have a ponytail? Hang on, her watch is red now. She's got red earrings, and it's a bracelet. It's probably just the upper body, to be honest. But wait, I can't even think of that as an animator. Why? It's too advanced to have two hands. 15 fingers? The watch is gone again. Is that a hand? They really managed to get that kind of broken CG hands that people try to actively avoid in 3D. That's really impressive. This could be a long video if we look at these hands, so maybe we should just not. It's probably beyond my understanding as an animator because yeah, it's just better. Hang on, how many fingers are there? What's 1, 2, 3? Is that a finger? 7, 8, 9. We've actually, I think that's actually correct. If she has two hands on the end of her, no, it would be 8 and then 2 thumbs, wouldn't it? So maybe one of those is a thumb. It's just so well done. I was honestly expecting there to be like 1 or 2 poses that had these incredibly creative poses like this, just beyond the understanding of an artist, of an animator. But it does seem to be almost every pose has these broken, I mean, extremely well thought out and sculpted, creative poses. It's really fascinating. What's that on her head? Just gets a little hat, and then it turns into a ball, and then it disappears. Hang on. Her hand's going in her pocket now, and it'll just be so useful to have 2 hands like she does, one for resting and one for going through your pocket. Does she have pockets? Oh, she does have pockets. It's not where the hand is, it's a secret pocket. It's just so creative. It's a secret pocket on her belt. Ah, yeah, if you have like someone attacking you and trying to steal stuff from your pockets, they don't realize that that's just a fake pocket. No one uses that. Actually, she's got a pocket right there on her belt. It's so creative and cool. She's having a meal before this dance, and she's very full, but she only shows it for 1 frame. That's how you know she's a very good dancer. And then she goes back to resting it on her hips. In her pocket, and then on her hips, and then... What's this hand? It's so creepy. Wait, what's that on her head? A leaf? So she's kind of changing outfits a lot here as well, which... And then we kind of go through all kinds of collar types. And then we have a nice red bow, and we go to a black front of the top for a bit. Yeah, it would be cool if this software could interpolate between poses in a way that didn't flip out, give you super weird, creepy just pieces of fingers. Okay, so we're getting into some of the leg stuff now. She gets red soles for just a hint. I just feel like it's the artist's subliminal message that's coming through, just for a frame or two. So you just get like some subtle hints as to the message of having red soles. Really subliminal, and you have to be a true artist to kind of understand what the artist was going for. I understand, obviously. It's just crazy how over it is. For I have a vest for a frame, which is kind of Spider-Verse, is it? There's probably a character in Spider-Verse that has a vest. Oh, she gets a logo, a little brand deal for a few frames. So she completely, oh no, she doesn't completely lose her forearm. It's actually hugging her chest for that one frame before then popping up again. I'm not sure why you wouldn't just hold it in that pose. I feel like that could be clearer to the viewer, but again, this really is beyond my understanding as an animator. What's that she's got? A towel? Newspaper? Look what this hair's doing. It's somehow put itself into a ponytail. Oh, we changed background completely here. I guess that's kind of cool. Oh, and we're out of the ponytail, but it's okay because we cut to a different scene. So it's kind of fun. She changes hairstyle. Cool hand pose. Cheeky armpit. Honestly, I feel like this artist just understands shape and the way you can get away with so much and cheat so much in animation. Like, you don't even need correct anatomy at this point. You just kind of need to smear of her skin color, and you just totally buy that she goes from here to over here. It's just great. I mean, it's kind of what the dancer is doing, right? She's kind of going. I think she's probably doing that. Definitely. See, I didn't realize it when I assumed she would just go like that. It's software, it's just something else. Maybe I'm just a bit more arm in here. And she has a drink. Oh, at this point, the vest that she had on underneath the top is starting to show through. So it's probably loosened a bit, and we'll probably see that for the rest of the show. What's she got there? Oh, yeah, there's like a little slug on her. Slug character. He's cute. And he's gone, wait, what? What happened to her face? Just help. And then she gets a hat for a few frames. Again, the choices that this software is making and a heel, a high heel. She does seem to consistently have the same footwear. Okay, she has the same footwear, but on one side, because I think the emotional turmoil and probably trying to break free from one side of her personality or something is portrayed here in this one frame by the toes being out on one side and not on the other. Or maybe it's like a story point, like someone stole my toe part of my shoe. Possibly, could be. Whoa. Okay. Comfortable. Maybe she feels comfortable in this moment. There's a little character here above her feet, which are sticking out. I just can't even begin to interpret that. And it looks like she's holding the girl here. That's kind of funny. Put me down. And I like that the animator chose to keep that face very wooden instead of have energy like the dancer originally had. Just now realizing that I didn't have my microphone this entire time. And she gets a very sort of growing school tie through here. Is this a school tie? Is that what people wear at school somewhere in the world? We get a whole series of watches, the entire catalogue of her watch collection. And then she decides, you know what? I don't even like watches anymore. But I do actually like watches again, or bracelets. And you know what I like more than bracelets? Beige tops. But not for that long. Actually, now I like grey. And then I like foot hands that look a bit anatomically strange, but it's a choice from the animator to do this, and I think it pays off. It looks fantastic. That is a foot. That's a foot on her hand. That's a foot. I like how throughout the whole thing she's kind of blushing at points and then not blushing. It's kind of cool that she's not just in one state of blush the entire time. It really gives you some nice character development of this character and is very cool. Little pop in her belly button. Oh, it's gone for a frame. And then starts back at the top again. Something going on with the model, probably. Hang on, what's she got there? She got a little bag poking out, and then it's gone. Hang on. I think in this moment, the animator was really going for the kind of animalistic impulse that's really inside all of us, especially when we dance sometimes. Hence the giving her 4 toes that are a little tense, just to convey that while she's happy up here, or wooden, she's really down below, deep down, suffering with something. But only for a few frames. I think we haven't seen that watch before. That's kind of a cool one. It's got a few colors changing through there. RGB, very cool, relatable to gamers. We're sponsored by a different brand for a few frames. And then the toes come out, but on both sides. At this point, she is really starting to break through for a few frames. She gets a little Aladdin's lamp, which I think is a real subliminal message about her hopes and dreams and wishes. God, that's good. You see how you could have a genie come out of it? It's me, a genie. It would need to be her kind of genie, so obviously 2 sets of hands on each side. Now that is genie. And at this point, I really noticed that, like Dumbo, you know, that inspirational elephant from our childhood that really had to overcome some things. Her ears are getting bigger and moving around by themselves and almost flapping her into the air with the amount of movement that they are doing. On this cut, she does completely change her hairstyle. Maybe a slight continuity error if I had to be critical. Oh, but no, it goes back just a few frames later. Puts her hand in her mouth for a frame. Okay, she gets, see, she's been given here a very low cut top, but then her modesty is preserved through the use of some effects. There's actually effects work in this as well, in the form of a little fire cloud that's blue. And then the going gets tough. She rolls up her sleeves at this point. It's time to do some sports. Is that because this pose is like a volleyball pose? Like, and they wear vests? Her hand turns into a little bit of a skirt before turning into a hand again. And before completely disappearing along with her leg. She puts on a jacket. In this moment, she feels quite cold, you know? And I think that's really because of the use of the jacket by the artist in those frames, before instantly tearing those off and becoming free from the coldness of society with this vest once again. Gets a backpack for a couple of frames. I don't know at this point what that means. Steve Irwin coloured shorts. Very nice. Just a little cheeky hand in her pocket, but her fake pocket, remember, because the pocket is actually on the belt line, not where the pocket traditionally is on jeans. So it's just a little, if there's anyone watching who thinks, oh, I'm gonna get in those shorts and take whatever's in those pockets, they're not pockets. It's just a trick that the animator put in there. Kind of grabs onto her hair, makes it grow into a red. Wait, her hand is inside of her chest for a few frames, and then we just blend out of that into a growing arm. And she is completely in a different top here. That's not even close. So she kind of brings her hand round in front of her like this. And then the choice by the artist is to blend that seamlessly over one frame into being actually that way. She goes from having a thumb here, which is facing the wrong way, but you can tell it's a thumb because of the anatomy, to then having it on the other side. And to be honest, you don't really even notice. It's just for the people who are really trying to pick out the subtleties of this animation. And where is her hand here? You can see like a few bits of fingers poking through. At this point, I'm completely done with animation, so I don't even know. But it seems like this hand just blends into whatever side it kind of fancies being on at that moment. Personally, I learned so much from that, so much that I'm going to take into my own animation work. I like how there was just no real regard for anatomy or
consistency or holding things. I do think that gave it a nice Spider-Verse feel to it. I was gonna try and animate it myself, but it would just take too long. Animation is kind of pointless to do anyway now. What is the point when you can just do this? You could say, oh, what if the client wants to make a change on one detail, like, oh, I don't like this gold watch. Well, you say to that client, listen, client, look at another frame, because there's loads of watches to choose from in that animation. So anyway, I'm gonna start my new career, an AI engineer, to make sure the choices that I'm making are my choices and not made by randomly choosing some shapes that kind of seem to fit in that part. So just interpretive dance for the software, something I think would help it. If I put a shoe on my hand, maybe it will give me hands instead of feet for my shoes. So I'm going to try just dancing a bit with that, just really giving that AI software plenty to work with. And this honestly, this Nike shoe could be changed to any brand you wanted, any brand at all, even a heel or a toeless shoe. So pretty impressive. Thanks for watching.